Hello, it is I, DaWhatEver, in a brand new video format where I talk about the Pokemon Sleep game that isn't a game, the Pokemon Sleep Tracker game. Okay, and my idea for how certain Pokemon can work in Pokemon Sleep. Right now, I want to talk about a special Pokemon, a Pokemon from Kanto that I love that got special treatment. This Pokemon is Farfetch. In Pokemon Sleep, there's multiple Pokemon, there's multiple stuff. I'm gonna try to do this in one take. Yeah. So here's what Farfetch would work in Pokemon Sleep. In Pokemon Sleep, there are multiple Pokemon. There are sleeping styles. I decided snoozing because I feel like that matched Farfetch's vibe, I guess. I hate using that, but there's not really much Pokemon Dex entries about Farfetch sleeping. I gave him the normal, the Persim berry, because we already have a Pokemon to represent the flying berry, that being Cramorant. And the reason why I did that is because I have a very cool idea for its main skill, that being Tasty Chance S, which raises the extra tasty rate by a percentage. And I found that funny because the joke with Farfetch is that isn't it far-fetched that it's a duck carrying its own leek. Basically, it's a cooking joke, which is also why, for its base, I gave it the leek. We do not have a Pokemon that, when you capture or get, it by default has a leek. You have to earn that by either level 30 or their level 60 item. So I thought it would be funny if Farfetch would be that Pokemon to be the leek. It's the leek Pokemon. And then next was the bean because of duck meat, cruel joke, and then duck egg. And finally, well, not finally, the star rating. I found 1 star is relaxed sleep. It would be like sleeping with the stick, probably on the floor. Then ready sleeping would be it's like holding the stick ready to attack if someone was near it. Then 3 stars would be stick swinging sleep. Because while it's called a leak originally in like English, it was called a stick. So I like stick swing, get it, stick, swing. They both have S. So in its sleep, it would be like swinging the stick back and forward. And then the top belly sleep is the classic 4 star. I feel like the location of Farfetch would be in the Green Grass Island. It's known for being in the plain area, and it will only be in the Green Grass Isle unless they make like another area. And for scales or basically specificity. Fuck, why can't I English sometimes? Basically, I think this Pokemon would focus on its scale because its scale is cooking, and that's funny. Now, some of you have realized that Farfetch that's kind of boring. Which is why I made another Farfetch for Galarian Farfetch, because there's that one. So Galarian Farfetch and its evolution Surfetch. Cherry Berry, because it's only a fighting type, it can only be that. I gave it Dozing because I want the idea of it while sleeping still being on guard, ready to fight. That's really it. I really could not think of a good idea for the. I feel like the egg and the duck meat joke is just too good, so I kept them. Just switched the egg to 30 and the meat to 60. But I kept the leek at base. I decided to give them similar sleeping styles, with 1 star being on guard sleep to reference how they're on guard. 2 is mid training sleep, which would be them like fighting or battling. Now, for Galarian Farfetch, it would share its 3-star one with regular one being stick swinging sleep. And of course, they all have a top belly sleep. But Surfetch would have leak lunging sleep, referencing the big leak. And also lunge, like its signature move, Meteor Assault. During this, I originally I wanted it to had like the charge strength skill or the extra helpful skill. That was my original idea. But then I had an idea, and I remember about Galarian Farfetch and how you evolve it by getting critical hits, which gave me the idea of a critical berry as its new main skill, which would boost the Pokemon's berry strength by X number, X being 1.2 at level 1, and then plus 0.2 for each level. So let's say the berry gives like 100. If the skill activates, it would give 120, and then 140, and then 100, and it would keep on going. And as the Pokemon gets stronger, the berry strength gets stronger by default, and when the skill activates, it gets stronger. And then its evolution would be 40 Farfetch'd Berry, and the main skill activating at least 3 times to represent how the Pokemon has to get 3 critical hits. Originally, I thought maybe it should be like during one sleeping period, but I think in general it just makes it easier. And like a Farfetch from Kanto, it would be a skill based Pokemon, and I think the location would be Lapis Lakeside because you can find Farfetch in like the lakeside area in Galar. And yeah, that's the video. I will be doing this for other Pokemon. I do like this. This is very fun, and I have some other ideas for some other Pokemon. For these, I'll try to only use the stuff that are in Pokemon Sleep. Maybe I'll add a few like my own idea, but I'll try to keep that mainly to like skills or maybe like food, and that's about it. Anyway, bye bye.